Good evening, everyone, and welcome to episode 7 of Who Wants to Be an FP&A Ninja, a quiz show that has become popular now, gaining a lot of popularity. So, we are in our episode 7, and today's focus is working capital management. So, this episode is brought to you by FP&A Professional Institute, co powered by our partners Drivetrain, Pivot Excel, GA Management Consultant, and Blocks. Do check out their websites when you get time. A lot of resources to learn from there as well. Great. So without further ado, let's begin today's episode and let's see what Asif has in store for us today.
Okay, so passcode and all will come. So we have not yet started the quiz. So it'll come once we start. Quickly, in few seconds, objective of the quiz, you already know this. Increase awareness for FP&A roles. Make sure that we get together, network, encourage continuous learning, and also understand FP&A concepts. Rules, maybe we'll spend more time here. We have had a break last week, so there will be a link that will be displayed along with a QR code. What I would request is not to scribble on the screen right now. And so join the link or use the QR code to get to the landing page of the quiz. And then what you can do is you can enter the game pin, which will be displayed on the screen. And if you drop out for any reason and if you want to join again, the game pin will be displayed at the bottom of the screen at all times. When you enter your name while you get inside the quiz, make sure you use your full first name and then initials of your last name if you have a longer name, so that we can identify the winners. Already mentioned this. If you drop out, you can rejoin using the same pin. Pin will be displayed at the bottom of the screen at all times. And try to be on camera if you can. And I've already muted everybody to avoid background noise. We will take questions at the end. If you have any discussions to do, we can also do that at the end. So that was on the rules. So should we get started? Do we need a trial round? How many people are joining here for the first time? Let us know in the chat box. So type me if you're joining this for the first time. And if we have a lot of new people, we'll do the trial round. Okay, so Jagrati is here for the first time. Rohit is here for the first time. So if we see 5 new people, okay, so let's do the trial round. Let me just connect the Kahoot.
While Asif is bringing that up, I think the best way to play this is that you watch it on your laptop and play it on your mobile phone. So that will make it easier. However, if you're just playing it from one device, that's okay.
Also, one thing I wanted to mention is earlier you answer, for those who are new especially, earlier you answer, the more points you get. So if you answer the question in the first few seconds, you get more points compared to if you answer later in the, say if you answer it in the last few seconds. Tool, and what I'll do is I'll launch last week's quiz and we'll do the first question to test, and then we can come back to the today's episode or today's quiz, which is working capital management. Okay, so hope you see on the screen once I start. So when I start, you will see a QR code along with a link that you can join. And the game pin is now on the screen. The game pin is 101498. You can use the QR code or you can just go on to the website www.kahoot.it and enter the game pin. Once you enter the game pin like Bhargavi did, you will enter the quiz. You can play on your mobile and look at the screen for the questions. So you can answer on your mobile phone as Dhaval mentioned, and then look at the screen for the questions. I will read out the questions and you will have to refer the screen for the options. I will not be reading out the options.
Yeah, mind you, this is the trial round. So, practice it, participate as honestly as possible. After this, we'll be starting the main quiz.
And when we do the main quiz in few minutes, we will give 60 seconds for people to join, and then we will start. So make sure you join as soon as you can when we do this for the main quiz. Okay, so we'll give it maybe another 15 seconds and then start the trial round. I see we have 11 people here and there are 30 plus people on the call. So let's see if others are joining the trial round. If not, we can just start this. And maybe they will join. Hopefully, you'll join in the main quiz. Okay, so Zaid has just entered along with Obaid. Let's see how many people are still joining. So should we start? Let us know in the chat box if you're still trying to join, or should we get started? Okay, anybody still trying to join?
Yeah, anybody who is joining for the first time and is unable to join.
Yeah, we don't see anything in the chat box, so hopefully you.
Let's go ahead.
Yeah, we'll go ahead with the trial round. Okay, so as I mentioned, I will be reading out the question. So this is episode 6, so the last episode, and we will have 10 questions back to back, along with some explanations. So the first question in the trial round is, in a financial model, what is the purpose of scenario analysis? And you have the 4 options on the screen. Okay, you have to match the color shape on your mobile and pick up the right answer. Sometimes if you feel there are more than one right answers, which could be the case, then you have to select the best among those. Okay, so I think most of you got this. Almost everybody answered, the 14 people who are here. So you get it right how to play. Now we will go back and we will do the main. We'll do the main quiz. So let me just close this. In now with the today's topic, which is on working capital management. It is 9:12 on the screen, right? We will give 1 full minute, so we will start the quiz at 9:14. So once the pin loads, you will have 60 seconds to join, and we'll start the quiz exactly at 9:14. Okay, so 10 people are here. Hopefully, we see all the 30 plus people who are here on the screen. Okay, 37 and counting, and we have 26 here, so maybe another 8 people are still missing. Anybody still trying to join? Not able to join? So we'll start in the next few seconds. So please join if you are. Okay, Gaurav is already enjoying it. We have not even started, but let's see how it goes. So 28 people are here. How many years people are still trying to join, or how many people are
36.
still?
36 people. So 8 more are yet to join. So I wonder what is stopping them from joining.
Okay, Samarth is trying. So we'll give it a few seconds. Samarth, so you have to go to this website on your mobile phone, www.kahoot.it, or you can scan the QR code and it'll direct you to the same website and you can enter the game pin. Okay, so it's already 9:14. We will give it another 10 seconds and start. Okay, so let's start. And we have 29 people here and we'll get started. Okay, so this is episode 7, working capital management of Who Wants to Be an FP&A Ninja. And here is your first question of the day. What is the main purpose or primary purpose of working capital management? And you have your options on the screen. Okay, as you see, you have 20 seconds to answer, and most of you got this right. So it is to manage liquidity for short-term obligations. Okay. Usually, when we complete the question, you will see the leaderboard, and then we move to the short, quick explanation for that topic. Okay, so we have Sagar, Vivek, Jigyasa, Sai, K, and Kishore uh, on in the top five on the leaderboard. Hopefully, you're not playing with the. I mean, hopefully, you're not playing with two IDs. Okay, let's go to the next slide, which is yeah, the primary purpose of working capital management. So it is liquidity management to meet short-term obligations. Make sure that there is operational efficiency for daily operations happen without any disruptions. And also, if you want to maintain good relationships with your suppliers and make sure that you use your capital, I mean your you use your capital and invest that in growth opportunities whenever you see any opportunities. So that's why the working capital management is important. With that, let's go to the second question. Which of the following is considered a current asset in working capital? So which of these is a current asset? Hopefully this should be an easy one to answer. Okay, so the right answer is inventory, and we'll take a look at some of the reasons why. And before that, let's see the leaderboard. So Rishi is now on the top spot, followed by Jigyasa, Bhargavi, Ayushi, and Bharat. And so some shifts or some new names. In fact, a lot of new names from the first question. So we'll go and see what happens in the next slide. Okay, so working capital management, again, this is question on current assets. And these are some of the examples of current assets. You have inventory, cash, accounts receivable, short-term investments. I think the option in the question, previous question was long-term investments. Long-term investments usually are not easily convertible into cash. That's why it is not a part of the working capital. And basically, it says that a current asset is something that a company can easily turn into cash within a short period of time. And it's usually those assets which the company can turn into cash within 1 year. So that was current assets. And with that, we go to the next question. So why is a solid credit policy? So we're talking about credit policy in trade receivables management important. Okay, and three, two, one. Okay, I think all of you, almost everybody got this right. So it is to make sure that you mitigate any risk of bad debts. So having a good credit policy will make ensure that you minimize your risk of bad debts. Okay, let's see the leaderboard. Rishi, Bharat, followed by Kishore, and we'll come back to this in the next few slides. Why is a why is a credit policy important in working capital management or trade receivables management? Uh, so I think this slide talks about what a good policy should contain. So it should contain the credit amount, maximum credit amount that you can give to your customers, and what should be the frequency of payment, what will be the penalty charges if they delay in payments, different credit terms, and also you could do analysis on accounts receivable and have reports like credit utilization reports that could help you manage your trade receivables. So this was on the trade receivables credit policy. With that, let's go to the next question. Yes, so uh, if you notice, there is a game pin at every question at the bottom. So if you drop out, you can just quickly rejoin. What does EOQ stand for in inventory management? Okay, so the right answer is economic order quantity, which is the green one. And quickly, let's revisit the leaderboard. Not a lot of changes. Almost everybody is maybe one or two positions got swapped with that. Let's go to the next question. So, which method is used to calculate the optimum number of units to optimize inventory costs? Optimum number of units to optimize inventory costs. Okay, three, two, and one. Okay, so the right answer is economic order quantity, and we'll see why in a few seconds. Before that, a lot of changes in the leaderboard. I think that question was, I mean that question changed a lot of things. So Piyush, I see uh, Batania on the leaderboard along with Sai. So let's see what happens in the next question. Before that, EOQ stands for economic order quantity. We already saw that it is the optimum. So EOQ calculates the optimum number of units, which minimizes the total inventory cost. And usually the inventory cost includes your inventory holding costs, which is your warehousing cost, and the inventory ordering cost, which is mostly the admin cost. So the EOQ method or the EOQ technique helps you minimize the inventory related costs, which includes your ordering and the holding costs. And there is a formula which you can use and calculate the economic order quantity. Okay, so that was on EOQ. Let's go to the next question, which is what is the cash conversion cycle? What is CCC, cash conversion cycle? Okay, so it is a time between cash disbursement to suppliers and when you receive money from your customer. We see more on that in the next few slides. Uh, yeah, Rishi followed by Sai, K, Batania, Jigyasa, and Piyush in the top five. The margin between the second, third, fourth, fifth is not too much. So make sure that you are very close to your mobile phones. We have, I think, three or four more questions to go, and let's see what the cash conversion cycle is. So it is a number of days between the company disburses cash to its supplier to pay its suppliers and when it receives money from its customers. So here is the formula. Your cash conversion cycle is your days sales in inventory, your DSI, your DSO, days sales outstanding, and your DPO, which is your days payables outstanding. Okay, so this is your inventory number of days. This is your uh, s- trade receivables outstanding number of days. This is your trade payables outstanding number of days. So it is DSI plus DSO minus DPO. Okay, with that, let's go to the next question. How can companies maintain good relationships with suppliers? And you have your options on the screen. Pin, let me just. Okay, so the right answer is by making timely payments to the suppliers. I don't think this requires any explanation. With that, we'll go to the leaderboard and then the next question. Okay, so a lot of changes. Sagar, Piyush, Rishi in the top five. On the leaderboard is Saike and Batania. If you notice, not a lot of difference between one, two, and three and four. So yeah, things can change. So be very careful on your mobile phone. What does DSO stand for? I think I already talked about this. So what is that? Okay, so the right answer is days sales outstanding, which is what DSO stands for in the cash conversion cycle. Okay, no changes in the leaderboard. Let's see what happens in the next question. So you have a numerical problem to solve. You have average daily consumption, which is 50 units. You have lead time, which is 7 days. You need a safety stock of 100 units. What will be the reorder level? Okay, so the right answer is 450. So 7 multiplied by 50, 350 plus you need the safety stock 100. That's how you come to 450. So 50 into 7 plus the 100 units of safety stock. Okay, let's see the leaderboard. Okay, so yeah, not a lot of changes, but yeah, some ups and downs between third and the fourth position, I believe. With that, let's go to the next slide. Yeah, it talks about the formula for the reorder level. First, what is the reorder level? So it is the inventory level or the stock level at which you will place a new order from your supplier, and you have to make sure you do that before you run out of inventory. Also, you have to make sure that you don't have a lot of inventory in your warehouse. Okay, so it is lead time multiplied by average daily consumption plus the safety stock, which is 7 multiplied by 50 plus 100. Okay, so that was your 450. I think this is the second, I think last question, if I'm not wrong. Calculate the cash conversion cycle. You have DIO, DSO, and DPO on your screen. You have to calculate the cash conversion cycle. You already saw this formula in the previous question. Now you have to just apply that and get to the right answer. Okay, so the right answer is 39 days. We'll see how. But before that, let's see the leaderboard. Okay, in this case, we have the slide first. So it is DSI plus DSO minus DPO 54 plus 15 minus 30. That gives you 39 days. Okay, so hope that
I think that was the last question.
Yeah, this seems like a last question. Let's see. And what do you think? Who will win? We usually ask people to guess who will be the winner. What do you think? So you can put in the chat box who will be on the first position. Okay, so some people are saying Sai K and some people are saying Batania. Let's see who's winning. And Sairam is saying everybody. So yeah, everybody is a winner if you have learned something new. A lot of people saying Sai. So let's see who the winner is. We usually start with the third position, which is Sagar. So congratulations, Sagar. On second position is Jigyasa, which was surprising. We don't see that name in the chat box. And Sai K is in the first position. So congratulations. And you have Piyush and Rishi as fourth in the fifth position. So congratulations, Sai K, Jigyasa, Sagar, Rishi, and one person. I mean the fourth and the fifth position. Thank you so much, and that's all on the quiz. Let me just stop sharing my screen.
Yeah, I hope everybody will stick around till the prizes.
Yes,
the prizes are announced.
I think a lot of people have won a lot of prizes in the last 5-6 episodes. So it is actually the time for people who have been winning, for the people to take the benefit of that. So fourth and fifth position, you already know this. Dhaval, you want to quickly talk about it?
Are you sharing the screen?
Am I not? Okay, let me just share my screen. Screen 1.
Great. We want to make sure that we have prizes for almost everybody, for the winners as well as the participants. So starting with the fourth and the fifth runner-up, you will get the FP&A Foundations bundle, which has the FP&A Foundations online course, and also Asif's book, which is best-selling book, which is all about FP&A. So that is what you get in the runners-up position, fourth and fifth position. And the second and third place win the FP&A Launchpad bundle. FP&A Launchpad is our self-paced course, which covers a range of topics in terms of budgeting, forecasting, management reporting, business partnering, storytelling, all of those things. It's the best course that you can expect to learn from if you are willing to start your journey with FP&A. Along with that, you will get a lot of bonuses, which is the Power Resume Blueprint, where we talk about how do you prepare a strong resume, interview preparation secrets, and access to our
Okay, and for the first position, you get a full scholarship for the financial modeling for FP&A, live in person, meaning live virtual classes, which will start end of August. And there are like four other people who have won this in the previous episode, and everybody will be joining that along with the FP&A Launchpad bundle, which we already talked about. So congratulations to the winners, and make sure that you drop a note to us. I will just drop a email ID where you can reach out. We will make sure that we will also add your names to the tracker, but just in case if there are duplicate names, like two people having the same names, we want to make sure we give the prizes to the right person. So just drop a note saying that, hey, I participated in episode 7 and I am the first position or the second position, and we'll that's the way we'll know that the prize goes to the right person. Okay, I'm just dropping the email ID in the WhatsApp chat box. Okay, with that, I'll just quickly talk about the financial modeling for FP&A program, which will start at the end of August, and it's usually a 6-session program. And what we cover in that is exactly what the name suggests. It is financial modeling for FP&A. So when you want to learn financial modeling, there are a lot of things to learn, and it includes some of the basic stuff, which is your 3-statement financial model and some basic best practices of financial modeling, along with things that are very essential for FP&A roles, including budgeting, forecasting, how to create a cash flow forecast, how to do scenario planning, sensitivity analysis, how do you do capital budget models. So these are the core areas we cover in the program. And then there are other areas which you can learn if you are interested, which is not a part of this program, which you will find in other financial modeling courses. So we don't cover LBO model, M&A model, DCF. These are some things we haven't used in FP&A ever. So what we cover in this program is the basics, along with what is very specifically targeted and required for FP&A roles. Okay, it's usually and we usually do it as a mix of live sessions, which involves your class sessions, Q&A activity, and quizzes, and you get some reference material which you have to spend an hour or two during the week and come to the live class. So it's usually 9 hours of live sessions and 5 to 7 hours of reference material that you need to go through. Overall, it's a 15-hour program, and we do give some assignments, which is about, so overall it's about a 16 to 18-hour program. And these are the topics that we cover: financial modeling best practices, business model canvas, what is it and how do you prepare for your own organization, how do you do scenario planning, how do you do sensitivity analysis, and a lot of other techniques and tools required for financial modeling. We cover it via 6 different case studies, so 6 different examples for 3-statement financial model, an example for different business cases or business models, along with cash flow forecast, and then we also add a couple of examples on capital budgeting and forecasting. So overall, it's 8 case studies that we do throughout the 6 sessions, and it's a mix of, we give some of it to you as a reference material, as a pre-reading material, and we do some of them in the class. That's a little about the financial modeling for FP&A program. With that, I will give it back to Dhaval, and we can close the session if there are no questions. If there are questions, happy to take them. As usual, Thursday evenings you have, if you wish, you could buy the FP&A Launchpad bundle at a discount, which is using the code which is visible on the screen, and I will also drop a link to the course in the chat box in the meanwhile.
Yeah, this is our gift to all the participants, and this is always available only for a limited period of time. So make sure that you take benefit of this. If you still haven't purchased the Launchpad bundle, so that is a great way to kickstart your FP&A career. It covers a range of topics, helps you prepare your resume, helps prepare for your interviews, and also it gives you access to the expert sessions that we have conducted in the past, where we have invited guest speakers as well. So take benefit of this code Ninja70 and avail the 70% off on the Launchpad bundle.
Yeah, so usually it's available on Thursdays and Fridays. So the code is open between Thursday and Friday, so you can usually buy it during that time at a discounted price. Okay, next episode will be next Thursday, which is on the 29th August, and we will see you again next week.
So we can give it a couple of minutes if there are any questions about your FP&A career, about your courses. Yeah.
Let me stop sharing my screen so that I can see the.
I think Asif, we should allow participants to unmute themselves, or if they can put their responses in the chat box.
I'm just trying to shut down my screen share and just make everybody allow. Now you should be able to unmute yourself.
Yes. So we usually spend a couple of minutes answering any questions that you might have, generally regarding your FP&A career or any of the courses that are offered by FP&A Professionals Institute. So
or anything we covered during the quiz today. If you have any questions on that, we can also talk about that.
Yeah, I think Gaurav has a question which says, I have experience in AP and a little bit of RTR. How can I switch to FP&A? I think the short answer to that is that even in your AP and your RTR role, try and look for analysis experience that you have got. Like you might have done some kind of analysis. It could be accruals, it could be revenue recognition, whatever analysis that you have done, and highlight that in the top first section of your resume. That's number one. Number two, go for certifications. Today we are offering a lot of certifications in FP&A as well. So that can be your starting point, and at least that can create that trigger on your resume for the interviewer to come and ask you questions about FP&A. Right? So these are the two techniques that you can use. First time joining all the way from Kenya. I really enjoy the session. I'll be getting the Launchpad bundle to boost my FP&A career. Great, Diana. So all the very best. We are here to answer any questions that you might have, even in the Launchpad bundle. So what we also do is conduct a monthly Q&A session. So if you have any questions, you can personally come and ask us in those Q&A sessions as well.
Right, so I'll just drop the code and the link for the bundle if you want to get it right now. Yeah, go ahead. There was a question that I saw.
Sairam has a question. Probably this one is for you, Asif. Financial modeling for FP&A. What will be the profiles which we can get, let's say, once we equip ourselves with this course?
Yes. So as the name and I already showed you the syllabus and the outline. You learn the basics of financial modeling, which is applicable for all profiles in finance, including investment banking, including equity research. In fact, any profile that will be useful. However, what we do in detail is only specific to FP&A. So if you're looking for going for any other profile, not FP&A, then there might be a better course. But if you're looking for or targeting FP&A roles, we cover very specific examples on FP&A. So primarily, it will help you in your FP&A role. However, the basics and the best practices will help you in any other finance roles as well. I hope that answers the question. Sir, can you give me some example in WhatsApp group? What exactly the examples are we looking for, Gaurav?
I can take the next question till then. Engagement financial advisors are responsible for, I think this seems to be a job profile, but seeing the job profile, I think there is budgeting, forecasting, and financial analysis. So this seems like FP&A role, so you should definitely go for this role.
Okay. There's a question. I have experience in operations. How can I switch to FP&A? So see, any switch or any change that you want to make, first step is to learn about that new role, whether it is FP&A or any other role that you want to get into. So if you've already decided you want to get into FP&A role, learn about the FP&A role. You can do that through books, online courses, mentors, multiple ways to do that, and you can decide which is the best one for you. What we would recommend is you just join either our masterclass or Launchpad, so that there is a guided step-by-step path that you can follow, which has worked for a lot of people. But you can do that through online courses and books as well, other online courses and books as well. And once you learn and once you understand the FP&A profile, then you start appearing for interviews, and you get more and more closer to closing down the interview with the new skills or the new knowledge that you have developed during these reading this books courses. So idea is you learn about the role, make sure that you translate your existing skills, transferable skills that you can bring to your FP&A role from your existing role, and then start appearing for interviews. And usually you can then move into a new FP&A role after appearing for on an average 2 to 4 interviews. Okay, so that's the last question I see. Any other question that we missed, or any new question that has popped up?
Kishore, are you asking a question? We're not able to hear you clearly.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, Kishore. Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Actually, I'm a CA with 7 years of experience in tax profile, and I've also cleared the IBBI registered valuer exam. So
Okay.
I want to switch to like FP&A profile. So, but my only worry was like, will I be considered as a fresher and then I'll have to start my career all over again, or because I had cleared 2 rounds at CRISIL for equity research analyst, technical round and a financial model I had built, but somehow at the director level I did qualify.
Yeah.
So that was
Okay. Let me start, and maybe Asif can add on this. Sure, when you're moving from a tax profile to a finance kind of a profile, so a couple of tips that I would share. One is that don't aim for an FP&A role directly, right? If a large company is looking for an FP&A role, a very specific FP&A role, then what will happen is that they will probably look for people who already have experience in the same company or in the competing company. Yeah, that's number one.
Okay.
So what is your best bet is that you look for roles which are blended in the sense that they involve a little bit of compliance, they involve a little bit of analysis as well. So let's say a small to medium enterprise where there's a CFO, probably 8-10 people in the finance team. There you can join as a finance manager, where your role could be pretty blended. You could be preparing the financial statements as well. You could be preparing some analysis, monthly management commentaries, all of that. That I believe is your best bet, because they would be willing to give you that chance. The larger the company, more specific will be the role, and it will get difficult. So maybe you can start with a small and medium enterprise, and once you get some budgeting and forecasting experience on your resume, then you can pivot it to a larger company. So that is quite possible.
Got it.
I saw another raised hand, but I'm not sure where did that go now.
Yeah, I have a question in my DM on the financial modeling program. So let me just, I'll share the link in the WhatsApp group, and also the coupon code that you can use if you join, I think 1 week before the start date. So you can use that, and if you wish, you can use that coupon code. Okay, so any questions that we missed?
I think we've covered all the questions. Just some concluding thoughts. If you see, FP&A roles are in high demand, and we have conducted a survey, and 79% of the CFOs voted that they were struggling to find right FP&A talent, which means they are in high demand, but there are not enough experienced FP&A professionals out there. So if you have not started your learning journey on FP&A yet, then please start it as soon as possible. It will definitely open some new doors for you in the short term to medium term. I think.
Yeah, there's one last question on the chat. We can take that and maybe close. And there's a raised hand, so maybe those two, and we can then close.
Those two questions, and we'll stop.
Yeah.
So going with Radhika's question, moving from FP&A to commercial project manager makes sense. See, as long as in your commercial project manager role, you're involved in a lot of analysis and financial analysis, then FP&A role does involve that, and it would make complete sense to move to FP&A. To some extent, FP&A is not very accounting oriented. Even if you don't know accounting standards, or even if you don't know IFRS, you can still survive, because FP&A is largely to do with the commercial stuff, which is like your the revenue, your costs, your margins, budget, forecasting, pricing, costing, all of these things. So if you think that is your domain or the area that you want to play around with, then definitely FP&A role is a good option for you. Yvonne, we'll take your question, so you can unmute yourself and ask a question.
Hi, thank you so much. Quick one. So, like in accounting, we know you moved from being a bookkeeper to an accountant to a financial manager, financial director, and eventually CFO, etc., etc. Please, can you just outline the sort of transition for FP&A? Where to from there? Like, I get a little bit lost as to how does one climb the ladder from FP&A?
Yeah. So should I?
Yeah, go ahead, Asif. Go ahead.
Yeah, maybe you can add based on, if there is anything different that you've seen. So most FP&A's roles start as analyst. Some start as interns or associates. So associate, interns, analysts is the beginning. And usually the next level is senior analyst, which is 3 years of experience. Then you become FP&A manager, which is 5-7 years of experience. From FP&A manager, you become, in some companies they call it director, some companies they call it vice president. So that is basically leading one entire business unit. Either it could be a director FP&A role in some companies or a VP of FP&A, and eventually it climbs up to the CFO. So usually somebody who is a CFO has both FP&A and the controllership experience, and has spent a significant amount of time in the finance team. So hope that answers the question.
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay, so Dhaval, any last thoughts, any questions, any?
No, I think it was a great episode. Whoever is lasting till now, so please make sure that you attend all the episodes and keep continuing to learn. And Asif and I are always available on LinkedIn. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us on DM, and we're happy to help you whatever we can.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining, and we'll see you again next Thursday. Next Thursday, Next Thursday is the same time. The YouTube, so it is with the editor, and hopefully when she sees this, she'll expedite the editing process. So hopefully they'll come out soon in the next few weeks. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Yeah, there's no topic for next week, so we have not yet decided the topic. So we'll keep it a surprise for now. We also don't know the topic yet. So maybe it'll be. I
love the enthusiasm.
Yeah, mix of all the topics for now, but we'll come up with more themes for the future episodes. Thank you so much, and we'll again see you next week. Bye bye.